Hello YouTube, and welcome to another video. This is going to be part of either a 2 or a 3-part series. Firstly, this one is mostly going to focus on how I, without a guru, got to a very particular point. Now, I take it in this channel that you know what astral projection is, and you know how to find sources of activation. I'll give you one of my favourite examples. Energize the silence. It actually activated my third ear. Telepathy. If you want some advice about telepathy, I recommend picking a song that you used to dislike, or just something you hear randomly on the radio, obviously with bad lyrics, but don't say the words the song say. Say, you know, good things. Like artists I like to do this to are like Ollie Murs, Little Mix. You know, when the beat's like, you know, jolly, but then you, instead of going, oh yeah, we're popping it in the club, we go, yeah, our homies are light, or yeah, our homies are love, and just change the lyrics. This obviously won't work for everyone. Another thing I do, and this is actually quite a far way in. Sorry about that. I'm going to explain why I've got that video in the background. But is talking to animals or trees. It's only going to happen if you believe it. Now, I'm going to go through some sources that I use. Now, you probably won't be able to see this, but you can definitely hear it. I use this before any energy healings. I also use this. I spirit wrote that as well, you guys. It's quite hard to see, but I'm perfect 3 times. There are no mistakes. Anyway, and I'm going to leave the last bit out because, like I said, I do want you guys to contact me. I'm trying to either set myself with a particular guru that I've only just recently met. He was like, "Oh, set yourself at £50 an hour," and I was thinking like 5, 10, because I want to prove to you guys that I really don't care about money. I just want to help you guys. So, I highly recommend this video. I always type into YouTube 12 guided meditation. It's called guided meditation raising your vibration. It's got all the 12 archangels in it. Will raise your vibration. Now, so we've talked about this. I've also used energize the silence because it activated my third ear, and I really appreciate that. Now, I also have used other sources like this. This book. Actually, I've saved a playlist. I'm trying to make a couple of playlists on my channels of sources that definitely activated me. If you use other sources, you know, if you resonate with it, like I resonate to a lot of Hermetic, Native American, or Tibetan monk stuff. This guy studied with the Dalai Lama, one of my gurus in a past life. Anyway. This book does actually contain information on what I believe to be Heaven 7, Heaven 8, Golden Light Plane, though it might be 5 and 6. Anyway, this is why I'm asking you guys, does anyone know the Heaven 6 key? Because I have actually been there. It's just I won't publish that until someone gets back to me and is like, yeah, that's how I got there. Right, so I highly recommend this guy. He has been to at least Heaven 5. I've been there as well. All his other books just got like little bits of information in. It's a bit like reading the Edward Tablet of Thoth. But the sources I'm going to point you out to, and I will eventually put links in here, is Vero Virtue. And I recommend you watch those all in order because it helps. And then once you do that, Steve Noble. Steve Noble's activations are incredibly powerful. I mean, there are lots of other sources, like the founder of the Starseed Alliance. She uses light language. I'm starting to learn that. Like, I know what 1001 means. I believe it means joy. Though I've not actually had another human being tell me that yet. I've only had it confirmed to me by the angels. So, obviously, astral projection is very personal and very beautiful. I'm not going to talk about that because I want you to figure that one out. There are several other YouTubers that will activate you on that subject. basically just envision the room you're in with your eyes closed, and then you pop into the energy you, and then start popping about. The next video I'll be making is with actually my first student, because she's going through this right now. I think she's in the third part of this, from what she's told me. But it'll be astral graduations, because you've got to go through all of those. You know how they said you're going to raise your vibration slowly, higher fourth, blah blah blah. So I will not be posting that until, like I said, we've got some confirmation, and then after that it will be a how-to on Heaven 5. Like I said, totally recommend this guy. I do also agree with pretty much everything Tibetan monks say, like the Dalai Lama coming back on his 13th incarnation being all 13 parts of himself. 2 parts of that, and I don't think it mentions this in Tibetan, is obviously your oversoul, or your God spark, or the eternal flame. That part of you, like the heaven you, is you, and you do come back to it, but it's a bit like a twin flame. You know, it is you, just like the air you breathe is you, but is the air your soul? You know, I do co-create with my twin flame. Often when I'm doing energy healings with people, I'll ask that, or her, to stay there. Not that you have to do it that way. Yeah. So, yeah. If you want me to do any energy healings, I can bring people back from the dead as long as it's been less than a day, and you get in contact with me, or don't, you know. I'll tell you something funny. Like me and my brother Cliff, you know, I said about this 12 guard. When I showed him this video, he's like had a mental breakdown, and I was telling him I learned in Jesus healing or prayer form, and I'm not going to explain the full depths of this, but I've had basically, you know, religion, magic, thought form, prayer form. The reason I call it Jesus healing, even though for you guys I'd call it psychic surgery or prayer form, is because we all know that Jesus isn't here on this planet or in a shell, so he is what I would call a Holy Ghost. So if you change the prayer in the name of the Father, and you change Father to, you know, Prime Creator, Supreme Creator, Majesty of Love, whatever works for you there, then you go to Son, and God, Jesus always said that we are made in God's image, so you put you there, and then with Holy Ghost, you know, you can say Jesus, Astar, the heavenly realms. You know, when I explain this to Catholics, I always say Jesus. Really, when I do prayer form, pardon me, I write it down, because then you go from thought form to prayer form. Do you get the logic on that one? Because when I do energy healings with people, I only tell them to do the thought form, because I normally, and it's the reason I don't teach groups, one-on-one or psychic surgery to myself, I find really easy. If you said do psychic surgery to 50 people at the same time, that's when I pick up on other people's energies. I'll give you a good example of that. My first student's got a very druggy, is in a stressful situation, not always that, and she was like, oh, can you fix this energy? And you know, for 3 days afterwards, I was like, nah. Not like working with the Illuminati, but I've just got to get that. Hello? Yeah, are you coming over? I'm right in the middle of something.